Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. How embarrassing. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Chase. All right. Simplifying exponential expressions. We've done a little bit of this so far, but I wanted to up the ante a little bit to make it a little bit more challenging. Okay. So if you have a problem like this, 6a to the negative second divided by the product 3a to the power negative 3, there are a couple ways to go about doing this. And like I've said before, when you're handling an exponential expression, there may be more than one way to do it. So it might be a good idea just to kind of like guess and check. Just try to work with this one way. And if you find yourself with a problem that looks pretty complicated, start over. Go back and try a different approach, and it might be easier. So a lot of these kinds of problems work that way, where there might be one best way to start, but you might not know what that is immediately. So look, don't waste time. Try something and see if it works out. Like for instance, you see the 3a? Well, there's no addition or subtraction. 3a is being raised to the negative third. So I would just distribute the negative 3. Raise both the 3 and the a to the negative third. Why not? So we get 6a to the negative second over 3 to the negative third, a to the negative third. Okay, now at this point, it's pretty clear to see what's going to happen with the a's, right? With the a, that variable, there's an exponent of negative 2 in the numerator and an exponent of negative 3 in the denominator. So negative 2 is larger than negative 3. So in your answer, the a will go in the numerator, okay? And the exponent on that a will be 1 because negative 2 is 1 larger than negative 3. Okay, that's the easiest way to handle that when you have the same variable, numerator and denominator. Just ask yourself, okay, which exponent is larger? And it's this one, so the a is going to be on the top, not the bottom. And then how much larger? Well, it's larger by 1. So in our answer, we'll have just an a on top. Okay, no a's in the bottom. A to the first, really, on top. Now, with the numbers, with the coefficients, we have 6 divided by 3 to the negative third. Okay, well, 3 to the negative third, what we can do to that is that can become 3 to the positive third in the numerator if we wanted to. Remember, if a factor has a negative power, then it can go to the other side with the positive power. Okay, that's one way to handle this. So we really have 6 times 3 to the third. Nothing is left in the bottom. It's like a 1. Just forget about it, right? So now we really just have to figure out what is 6 times 3 to the third. Well, 3 to the third, you should know, is 27. So we really have just 6 times 27, and then a. 6 times 27, well, not too easy to do in your head. That's the kind of problem where I'd allow you to use a calculator. But let's try. 27 times 5 isn't so bad, right? Because 27 times 10 is 270. 27 times 5 is 135. So if 27 times 5 is 135, we would just add on that 6th 27. Right? So 135 plus 27 is 162. So we have 162a as the answer. Okay? That's all. There are other ways you could have handled this problem, like maybe from the start. Let me just kind of draw a little box around this. That's the one way. Okay, that's totally valid. And really, as long as every step you're doing is valid, you know it's not something like invalid or wrong, then you're going to get to the right answer in one way or another. What you could have done from the start is you could have brought that negative exponent of a to the negative 2 to the bottom and made it a squared. And at the same time, brought that entire product, 3a, to the negative third and made it 3a to the third on top. So maybe you would just do this. 6 times the 3a to the third. It's always times here. There's no addition. And then on the bottom, we have that a squared. So that's one other way to do this. And then you'd end up with 6 times 3 to the third is 27, a to the third. So we have 6 times 27, a to the third over a squared. which would become, well, 6 times 27 we already know is 162. And again, in this case, the 3 is on the top and the 2 is on the bottom in terms of the exponents on the A. So the 3 is larger than the 2 by 1. So we have 162a to the first over 1 is just this. So this way looks like it was a little bit easier, right? But they're both totally valid and they both used about 3 steps, okay?